Hi guys, Dan Meyer here, and in this short video we're going to talk about how to locate the most productive weed beds for fishing summer crappies. This is where a lot of guys go wrong. They know they have to fish weeds, the weed edge, to catch crappies in the summertime, but there's a lot of weeds in the summer. The weeds are up everywhere. So how do you locate the weed beds that are most likely to hold crappies? So that's what we're going to talk about in this short video today. So let's say, for example, we have a back bay, and in this back bay there are cabbage weed beds everywhere. It's just covered with cabbage weed beds. How do you find the weed beds that are going to hold the most fish? A lot of guys will just go in there, they'll start fishing the weed edges, won't catch any crappies, and they'll get frustrated. They'll think this technique doesn't work. Well, the problem is you're probably not fishing the right weed beds. So let's just take an example of a back bay, and let's say the bay, it comes around. It's kind of got the drop off is very gradual most of the bay. Then it loops around. It comes to a point, and on the point, it's got a deep drop off into the deep water. The center of the bay has a steep drop off coming up into the bay, so the bay drops off steep out into the deep water. And then we've got the back bay and the far shoreline that's just got a slow tapering drop off into the deeper water. The crappies are going to be on or in the weed beds that are closest to the deep water. So all those weed beds that are back up in that back bay, those probably aren't going to hold many crappies. And if they do, they're probably going to be small ones. The majority of the crappies are going to be on the weed beds that are closest to the steep drop off. The slow tapering slope, the slow tapering shoreline, those weed beds probably aren't going to hold as many crappies. The crappies are going to be on the weed beds closest to the steep drop. This is where a lot of guys go wrong. They're fishing the wrong weed beds. You got to be on those weed beds that are close to the deep water, because what those crappies want to do is they want to feed up in those weeds in the morning and at night, and then during the day when the sun is up high, they want to drop off into that deep water and suspend. So they're not going to make this big trip every day way up into that back bay. They're just going to go up, and the first weeds they hit, that's where they're going to hold. So using this, this is a big secret a lot of people don't know. You got to look for those weeds that are closest to the deep water. That's what's going to hold the fish. So now if you want to know what baits to use to catch these crappies, I put together a PDF with my top baits for fishing crappies. I've linked to it at the top of the description. Just click on the link or copy and paste the link into the browser or into your web browser, and I will email you my top baits for catching crappies. Just note, when you click on the link, you're going to have to enter your details twice to get my PDF with my top 5 baits for catching crappies, because I want to make sure you're actually a person who wants it and not like a computer robot or computer program. I want to make sure you're an actual person. So get these baits, take them to these weed beds that are close to the steep drop going into deep water, and you're going to find some crappies in the summer. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, hit the thumbs up or the like button. Also, if this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I make videos just like this to help you catch more and bigger fish. So subscribe, click on the link, get my top 5 baits for catching crappies, and I will see you next time.